For nearly 2 decades, Ellen Pompeo has been the heartbeat of Grey's Anatomy. But now, just when fans thought she had stepped away for good, she's dropped a statement that's sparking serious debate. "I'm not really going to leave Grey's Anatomy." Wait, what? After all the emotional exits, spin-offs, and tributes, she's suddenly backtracking? And her tone, it wasn't sentimental. It felt sharp, even calculated, like a reminder to the industry that while others may benefit from her legacy, she still owns it. Fans are split. Some say she's reclaiming her power. Others think she's clinging to relevance. But what's really going on behind this sudden shift? Why is Ellen saying she's not going to leave? A show she's barely been part of recently? And if she's staying, what exactly is she staying for? The real answer might not be what anyone expected. So why is Ellen Pompeo refusing to leave Grey's Anatomy completely? To understand that, we need to go back to the beginning. Before the fame, before the drama, before Meredith Grey became a global icon. Ellen didn't just appear out of nowhere. She started from small, almost invisible roles in early 2000s films and TV shows. Her first few appearances were blink and you miss it moments, like a brief role in Law & Order and minor parts in indie films. But it was in 2002 when she starred in Moonlight Mile alongside Dustin Hoffman and Susan Sarandon that Hollywood started noticing her. Even then, no one could have guessed what would happen next. In 2005, her entire life changed with just one role. Dr. Meredith Grey in a brand new medical drama called Grey's Anatomy. No one predicted the phenomenon it would become. But the moment Ellen stepped into that hospital hallway, something clicked with audiences. She wasn't flashy, she wasn't overdramatic. She was raw, emotional, and real. Viewers instantly connected with her vulnerability and strength. Grey's Anatomy exploded in popularity, and suddenly Ellen Pompeo went from a relatively unknown actress to the face of a TV empire. Over the years, the character of Meredith Grey became more than just a fictional doctor. She became a symbol of survival, heartbreak, power, and growth. And Ellen? She became irreplaceable. Season after season, millions of fans tuned in just to see what she would do next. Awards followed, interviews flooded in, and Ellen became one of the highest-paid actresses on television. But even with all the success, something started to shift. Around season 15, fans began noticing it. Meredith was still there, but something felt different. Her screen time subtly reduced. She wasn't as central to every storyline. Was it a natural evolution of the show? Or was Ellen slowly stepping back? Rumors began swirling. Was she bored? Tired? Looking for something else? As the series pushed forward into its later seasons, Ellen appeared less frequently, sometimes only showing up in a few key scenes or episodes. And when she did appear, fans could feel it. She wasn't the same Ellen who once carried the show on her shoulders. But here's where things get interesting. Even as her physical presence decreased, her name, her face, her image remained central to everything Grey's Anatomy stood for. Promotional posters still featured her. Awards still cited her. Interviews still asked about her. And now she's saying she's not going to really leave? That maybe, just maybe, she'll always be a part of Grey's, whether she's on screen or not. It raises a bigger question. Is Ellen Pompeo fighting for her legacy, or is she quietly making sure the world never forgets that Grey's Anatomy was, and still is, hers? Is this statement just a reflection of loyalty, or a clever reminder to Hollywood that while stories may evolve, some names remain permanently stitched into the fabric of TV history? But why did Ellen Pompeo really start disappearing from our screens? Why did the woman who once was Grey's Anatomy begin to fade quietly into the background? The answer isn't just one thing. It's a complex mix of creative exhaustion, behind-the-scenes tension, and long-brewing frustrations that even her most loyal fans couldn't ignore forever. First and foremost, Ellen was tired. Tired of playing the same character over and over again. While fans love seeing Meredith Grey face emotional storms and life-or-death surgeries every season, Ellen was stuck in a loop. In interviews, she hinted that it was hard to stay creatively fulfilled when you're constantly in the same emotional space for nearly 2 decades. She even said, playing Meredith is rewarding, but it's also limiting. Imagine stepping into the same mindset, the same tone, the same hospital set for 20 years straight. She wanted to grow, try new things, But Meredith Grey wouldn't let her. She wasn't Ellen Pompeo anymore. She had become a character in the world's eyes. And no matter how much she wanted to evolve, the industry and the audience kept pulling her back. But it wasn't just artistic burnout. There was a very real battle behind the scenes. Money. Ellen famously fought for years to be paid what she deserved. Despite being the lead of one of the most successful medical dramas in history, she wasn't always treated equally when it came to salary negotiations. In fact, she went public with the fact that she had to fight tooth and nail to finally become one of TV's highest paid actresses. That battle left scars. When someone has to keep proving their worth in a space they built with their own hands, it's only natural for resentment to creep in. And then came the cracks in the cast. Everyone remembers Dr. Derek Shepherd, played by Patrick Dempsey, Meredith's on-screen love and one half of the iconic Murder. But what many don't know is that behind the camera, things weren't always picture perfect. There were reports of tension between Ellen and Patrick, from ego clashes to disagreements over screen time and direction. Eventually, Patrick left the show in a dramatic exit that shocked fans. But insiders knew the situation had been boiling for a while. Ellen later hinted that she had to hold the show together during some of its messiest times, and she wasn't just talking about Patrick. Over the years, multiple key cast members left under strange circumstances, some quietly, others explosively. From Isaiah Washington's controversial exit to Katherine Heigl's fallout with the writers, Grey's Anatomy often felt like a revolving door of drama. And through it all, Ellen stayed. She became the glue. But being the glue means absorbing the pressure, the politics, and the pain. So when her face started appearing less on screen, it wasn't just a scheduling decision. It was Ellen Pompeo slowly reclaiming herself. From a role that boxed her in, from an industry that made her fight for respect, and from a legacy that refused to let her breathe. Her recent statement, "I'm not really going to leave Grey's Anatomy," now sounds less like a promise and more like a power move. She may not always be visible, but her shadow looms over every heartbeat of that show. Because Grey's Anatomy doesn't just carry her name, it carries her battle scars. Ellen Pompeo's decision to remain tethered to Grey's Anatomy isn't just about nostalgia or fan service. It's a calculated move rooted in legacy, ownership, and a deep understanding of her role in the show's enduring success. After nearly 2 decades as Meredith Grey, Pompeo has become synonymous with the series, her character's journey mirroring her own evolution in the entertainment industry. In a candid interview, Pompeo remarked, "This statement isn't merely about financial compensation, it's about recognition and control." In essence, Ellen Pompeo's continued presence in Grey's Anatomy is a testament to her strategic foresight, ensuring that her contributions are acknowledged and that the show's legacy remains intertwined with her own. It's a move that speaks to her understanding of the industry and her unwavering commitment to the series that defined her career. Ellen Pompeo didn't just star in Grey's Anatomy, she became Grey's Anatomy. For nearly 2 decades, she was the heartbeat of a show that touched millions around the world. Her journey wasn't just about fame, it was about resilience, power, and survival, both on screen and off. So when she now says, "I'm not really going to leave," it's not just a casual comment. It's a powerful reminder that her presence, her influence, and her legacy are permanently woven into the fabric of the show. Whether she's on screen or behind the scenes, her shadow will always linger in those hospital halls. But here's the real question. Is Ellen Pompeo's decision to stay connected to Grey's Anatomy a brilliant act of reclaiming her power? Or is it a sign that she's struggling to step away from the very role that defined her? What do you think? Is this about legacy, loyalty, or something deeper?